that other than trying to help people who are in a state of invasion. Welcome back to the Immigration Answer Show. My name is Jim Hacking. I'm an immigration attorney practicing law not only in St. Louis, Missouri, but also San Diego and Washington, D.C. In fact, because immigration is federal, we practice, and I guess you're not going to come in. No one wants to be on camera. Because immigration is federal, we practice all around the country. How's everybody doing? What's going on? How's your day been? Today's Wednesday, the 14th of August. Can you believe August is almost halfway over? I can't believe how fast the summer has gone, how fast this year has gone. Seems like it's still January. What the heck? What the heck? It's good to be with all of you. I'll be here for the next hour or so, trying to answer as many. Oh, wait, there's Maho. Hi, Maho. Hello. Hi, Maho. There's
Hi,
a friend,
Maho.
Maho.
Hold on.
Oh, she can't hear. Hi,
Hello
Maho.
there.
How
How are
doing?
you?
I'm good.
I'm good. I'm
Have
here
you
with
been
my
on the
friend Juli.
Have you been on the show before?
I think so, a couple of times, but
Nice.
yeah.
So you're visiting Huli?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. I'm glad
Awesome.
to be here.
Good to see you.
Bye-bye. Good to
Thanks.
see you all.
All right. That's Maho from the marketing team. The waiting room is filling up. So if you got a question for me, go ahead and ask. Huli's keeping track of the boards. We got Kwaku in the house. Jay Cruz on time today. She was late yesterday. True Wisdom needs to get a hold of me, so we'll start with her in just a minute. We got Vijay Kumar, Maggie, Robert's here, Julian from London, Nurse Laura, Shavum, Traylene, H&M is back, Rashadat, Lindy's here. Hello, Lindy. AJ. Rich is giving a big up to all the immigrants, not just the Yardies. How about that? Sandra's here, Chris, Cleon, Vasu. Robert's asking if we have clients in Puerto Rico or Guam. I don't know if we currently do, but we certainly have in the past. Aziza asks how I'm doing. I'm doing great. Today we're going to have a guest. I had to dress up a little bit, you might notice. We're having guests over, 3 new law students who have some kind of an interest in immigration from St. Louis University, where Monty and I went to law school, are coming to visit. JD in the house. Lola is here. Shells is here. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get started. True Wisdom, what you got?
Hi, Jim. Thank you so much for taking my call. Can I come off camera?
Done.
Thank you. All right, Jim. So first of all, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking.
Good, great. So, Jim, I'm going to tell you where I'm at the point where I thought I was seeing the finish line. I am in Mexico. My daughter was the petitioner, a U.S. citizen. And we had our case in Mexico. So we said, okay, it was taking too long after we got documentary qualified. Let's switch it to the Bahamas of my home country. And in less than 2 weeks, I got an interview date for September 9th. Unfortunately, Jim, yeah, that's what we thought. But the lawyer we hired to do our process. So now that you know that was the finish line, let me go to what happened. Boy, so we asked him to send us all the documents because we did not have the copies of the DS-260. And we asked him, okay, we have the interview date, send us everything, how to get this, so we can see everything. And when we looked at the DS-260, Jim, he had on there when it asked the question about immunization vaccines, he had that we took all of them, which we didn't. We only have our immunizations as a child. We didn't get to the vaccines yet, but that's a medical exam thing. You could do that there, no problem there. As we scroll down through the DS-260, he put, we have never been to the United States. We've never lived in the United States. Now we have this interview scheduled for September 9th.
So what's incorrect about those answers?
The incorrect is we lived in the United States.
Mhm.
And we lived in the United States for 25 years. The
Without
problem is when,
without
sorry,
without,
sir?
without status.
No. Okay, so we came in on B1, B2s, no problem. Tourists visited. Came, switched to F1s, no problem there. Went to my husband had the F1, I had the F2. When my husband was in school, we were youth ministers in a church. The church said, "Hey, we want you guys to come on. We're going to switch you from F1 to R1." Okay, no problem. The pastor hired an attorney, paid him about $10,000 at that time, and this was back in 2000.
Back when 10,000 was real money.
Yeah. So in 2000, so the F1 was from 2000 to 2003. So then in the middle of that, switching from F1 to R1, paid him the money, did all that. We're sitting waiting for this R1 to be switched. Come to find out, the pastor stole the money. The attorney never did nothing. A year passed. Now we fall out of status. We contacted immigration. They said, you abandoned your case. And we report the attorney and all that, disbarred. All that happened. Okay.
Disbarred because
So now
disbarred because of what you filed, or because they were just
filed reports, and different people also had complaints and different things.
Sure.
So now we're out of status. So we did not leave. We stayed there. Fortunate enough, we were able to maintain ourselves from savings and different things.
But out of status starting when?
So that would be the F1 would have expired 2003. So we would have been out of status from 2003.
Okay.
So then we were advised, another attorney, oh, you can't do nothing, wait till your daughter turns 21. So this attorney, when my daughter turned 21, we said, hey, this is now in the pandemic, coming up to the pandemic. This is 2020. We said, okay, my daughter's turning 21 next year, but we have to leave the States. We have some business that we have to attend to in Mexico and our home country because we have an export company, and we were thinking of leaving the States, blah, blah, blah. He said, oh, if you leave, that's a good idea. It'll look like you voluntarily left, and that will help you when your daughter turns 21, which would have been in 21. Took his advice again, thinking, okay, he's an attorney, he should know. We left July 2020. My daughter turned 21, September 21. We waited about a year because we wasn't sure we wanted to come back, whatever. So we waited. In December 22, called him back. Hey, we're ready to file. My daughter's 21. By then she's 22. He said, yeah, no problem. Let's do it. Paid him money again. Put in an I-130. 14 months later, got approved.
And when you say we, you mean your daughter's you and your husband?
Yeah, my husband. So my husband was applicant. I'm the applicant. Daughter is petitioner now because she's now 22.
So there's two cases, mom and dad.
Two, right, exactly. So now we're at 10,000 something again, payout. Did all that. File I-130. 14 months later.
This is the same
Sorry,
lawyer.
sir?
This is the same lawyer that told you it'd be a good idea for you to go to Mexico.
Yes, and leave voluntarily looks good.
Oh my God.
File I-130, 14 months, February 12th, 2024, approval. Husband, February, came in right after February 12th, 2024, I-130 approved. Go to NVC, did all that. He did all the paperwork, all that stuff. Then next thing we know, he said, you're documentary qualified April 24. Both of us, documentary qualified.
And you have an interview in Juarez in September?
And we have interview in the Bahamas because
right.
April 20, stop. I'm sorry, Jim, dumb dog, come here. So April 24, documentary qualified, and June came, July came, taking too long to get interview in Juarez. So he said, oh, it'll be good if you switch it to your home country because they don't have as much cases. The interview will come through quicker and all that. Did that. 2 weeks later, interview date, September 9th, coming up. So then when we're trying to get the finally get the paperwork to look over the document qualified. I called, they told you had to call, schedule interview. It's September 9th, 10:30 in the morning. I call the doctor, medical exam. He asked what all we have, what we don't have. Come there, do what all we need to do, schedule that. And when we're looking over the paperwork, all we saw was a bunch of NA, that we've lived there, never lived there. And that's where we were now. We were like, but we lived there. Like, how would have I had an American child if I didn't live there? And we've lived there for over 98 to 2020.
So,
and
go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and finish. I've lots
so
of
then,
questions.
yeah. So then, we told him, look, we're going to report you, or I don't know what to do. We said we're going to report him. We threatened to report him. And because he messed up our whole case, we've been waiting for 2 years to go back. Now that I have an 18-year-old just finished high school, she wants to go to college. I don't want to send my child to college in the States, and I'm stuck in Mexico. So it just put us in a whole situation. So then I said, let me write NVC and let them know the mistakes. They respond back, oh, tell it to the people in the interview. I was like, but it cost us $5,000 to even get to the interview because the United States wouldn't allow us to come through Florida to get to the Bahamas. We have to go through Canada or Panama. So for my whole family to go, it's about $5,000. So I don't want to waste $5,000 to go to the interview, to tell them it's wrong, for them to still deny it, which they probably would do because of an overstay. So then we went back to NVC, sent them another email just 2 days ago and said, look, he did this, break it down, everything he did wrong. And then they still send another email saying, you can't cancel your interview. You have to go and tell them of the mistakes. So we don't know what to do at this point. We know we probably will be barred. And we've only been here 4 years, so that's another 6. And we don't want to be held like misrepresentation or nothing like that. So that's where we are now, Jim.
When you left the United States, you flew from the United States to Mexico?
Yes, sir. We flew straight to Cancun.
Month and year?
July 2020.
In July of 2020, when you flew from the United States to Cancun, Mexico, did you know that by getting on that plane, you had a 10-year bar automatically?
No, sir. Because he told us that prior to leaving, it looked good and we won't have a bar. He also told us that we could file a waiver. I watched your video. That's when I learned of the bar. You did a video that just popped up a few days ago, maybe a week now, and you talked about the bar and who can get the waiver. And all this time we thought, okay, so we can get this waiver, and found out it's not, what is it? It's not child to parent. It's only parent to child.
Right.
So all of that stuff that he told us prior is all a lie, because we couldn't get a waiver. We shouldn't have left. I should have been advised to stay, tug it out, stay another year. My daughter would have turned 21 1 year later. Then we would have been able to do something in the States.
Because you
But
have.
I called him prior to leaving, and he told us it looks good leaving.
You had a valid entry back when you first came on the B1.
Yes, sir. We came from the Bahamas on B1, B2s for 10 years. We had our visas, and then switched straight. Did everything right. We did everything right, the way it's supposed to do, filing, all of that stuff, up until the time that last attorney took the money, abandoned the case. And when we called immigration back in 2001 or 2, because my daughter was born in 2000, that's when they said, we were waiting for information. We contacted your attorney, and the case was I think they either said closed or abandoned. I can't remember what term they used, because he did nothing. He gave them nothing. So nothing was ever done.
But
Found out later that pastor had a felony charge.
That might actually be a blessing, because did you have a valid R1 petition to even be filed? Or are either of you religious workers?
We were actual religious workers. We were youth ministers in his church. We just don't know exactly what he put in. Because even after we found out that they did nothing, I had a family member that worked for immigration at that time, but they said apparently with immigration, you can't just go looking around people's files. So they really couldn't give us much information. So only thing I was able to find out is it was case closed or whatever terms they use at that time, either case closed or case abandoned. But I don't know what he actually put in. But according to them at that time, it was like, we were asking for this, we were asking for that, and you never did anything. Like kind of like that. So maybe something was put in and just didn't do nothing else. Because we also found out the pastor had a felony rap sheet.
Okay.
So
all right, let's put that to the side. Let's put that to the side for now. That's small potato. That's small potatoes compared to the other things we have going on. So one thing I want to make sure is don't say the name of the lawyer on this call, okay?
Oh, okay.
Does this lawyer do things other than immigration or just immigration?
When we went to their office, it was I could say their ethnicity, right?
Well, I don't. Their ethnicity doesn't matter. All I want to know is, do they do things other than immigration?
At that time, no, I don't think so. I think it was just immigration. It was a woman.
When the lawyer suggested that it was okay for you to go out of the country and that you may have a bar or may get a waiver, is any of that in writing?
That was a phone call.
Because they're gonna deny all that.
Yeah, two different lawyers. The first one was a woman. That's the one who never put nothing in, paid her money, never put nothing in. Second one is a I could say the state.
Sure.
New York attorney.
Okay.
And that was the one. I think I may have emails, but I would have to really go back and check through all the emails and make sure nothing got deleted by mistake. And that would have been in 2020, but it was definitely phone calls. But I would have to check and see if we did correspond through emails as well.
Because they're going to lie. They're going to deny all that stuff.
Yeah.
They're going to deny that they told you it was okay for you to go. They're going to say they told you could only come back with a waiver. You're stuck outside the United States for another 6 years.
6 years. Wow.
So the fact, you initially wanted to talk to me about the mistakes on the DS-260. I would print out the DS-260 and I would get a red pen and I would circle every answer that's wrong. And I would print an explanation as to what the actual answers are for all. I mean, you probably need a lawyer at this point, but I would. You should still go ahead with the interview. The interview, you actually need the interview to happen because otherwise the case will just be stuck. But I don't see a waiver for you, and even with the malpractice, you can't get around a bar because a lawyer committed malpractice. Yeah.
Is there a way to stall it, like reschedule the interview? Because at this point, for 4 people to go is expensive at this point.
Oh, well, that's actually.
Because we planned to go, we were leaving everything. Tickets were cheap back then when we got that date, But now that we have to go through Canada because the U.S. probably will not let me transit through.
No.
That's why it's so expensive. I could have flown to Mexico, Florida, Bahamas for less than $400. Now you're talking $1,000 per person, and it's 4 of us.
Who are the other 2 people?
My daughters.
Little kids. Like
one is. Sorry, sir.
They're younger than the 21-year-old.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes.
Okay.
So I can't leave them. I wouldn't be able to leave them in Mexico.
Sure.
That's why we were trying to see if we could say, hey, this all happened prior to even going on the appointment, or reschedule the appointment while we resubmit a new DS-260. I don't care if we have to pay the fees again, because paying the fees again is cheaper than flying there, and do it like that, and then let them tell us, oh, you have a bar after the new one is submitted right.
I mean, we don't think I can't think of a way you don't have the bar, right?
Yeah, we came to that conclusion too. Like
So-
we have a bar.
So going through with the interview, maybe the thing to do is to withdraw this DS-260, cancel the interview, and then just try to keep it alive at NBC for 6 years. Just as long as you correspond with them, once a year, make sure they want to keep it alive, or you just wait, 6 years and file a new DS-260. That's probably going to be the right call. In the meantime, you sue that lawyer for malpractice.
That's what we were trying to do. File a complaint, do all that, and he's still practicing.
You've been damaged.
Yeah.
Just a bar complaint isn't enough. I mean, you've been damaged, but the whole thing's, I mean, I swear to God that lawyer's going to lie up and down about.
Yeah, but can we get him because he put NA? Can we get him based on filling out the DS-260 and putting NAs?
Well, but that's the real malpractice. The real malpractice is telling you that it's okay to go to Mexico, because that's that's the triggering of the bar. The mistakes, you throw that in there. I mean, you're going to throw in everything you got.
Yeah.
You need to make sure. That when the time comes, that the State Department doesn't think it was you making any kind of misrepresentation. I mean, only a fool would put no when, as you said, you couldn't have had the child in the United States unless you were physically in the United States. Now it could have been on a 6-month B1, B2, I guess. But did the lawyer have you review the DS-260 before it was submitted?
No, that's the thing. So on the DS-260 form, we didn't understand half of the things. That's why we had him do everything. And then now when it's time to go on interview, now we're looking over it and realize all these mistakes. And also he put that when they asked who filled out the petition, who filled out the DS-260, it was ticked. We filled it out. Like the person who's doing it filled it out, not him.
Did this lawyer also file the I-130?
Yes.
When the lawyer filed the I-130, did they submit a G-28, or did they act like you filled it out on your own?
I've never heard of a G-28, but I know that he filled out the I-130 as well, because my daughter actually went to him and sat down with him while in his office to fill it out. Does his name appear anywhere on the I-130? No, that's the thing.
So then
his name is nowhere on the I-130.
So this leads to the biggest question of all, my sister. Are you ready for it?
Yes.
Are we 100% sure that he's a attorney?
My daughter went to his office and said she saw all of the plaques and certificates on the wall and prominent people he had taken pictures with on his wall in his office.
Okay.
But I can't tell you 100%.
Let's start with that.
I know.
Let's start with that. Email me the person's name and whatever information you have if you want our help. Okay. I'll at least be able to help you. It sounds like this person's not a lawyer.
But I think they are. I think they are a real lawyer in New York.
This is a great topic. Real lawyers sign.
I don't want to sound like that.
Real lawyers sign the forms that they prepare.
Yeah. I personally think after he realized what he did and told us misinformation, I think he made sure his name wasn't anywhere on anything.
So if I were you,
because he knew it was not going to get through, but he took the money anyway.
The important thing right now is for you to figure out, one, is the person a lawyer, and two, what kind of evidence you have that he told you to go overseas. That should be your focus, and then withdrawing the DS-260. So there's a lot to do. It's a big obviously, it's a big old mess.
Yes.
I'm glad you asked me to call you up first. I think you understand most of the things, right?
Yeah, I already know. My thing is not now trying to get to the States. I know that's a done deal. The bar is there. We
Yeah.
left. We were advised we should not have taken his advice and leave. I know that.
And
But
so
now I want him to
that
be
makes me
held
think
accountable.
that makes me think he's not a lawyer. That could be a lawyer. Send me an email. We'll go from there. Okay.
Okay, give that email. Where's that thing again? What is it again?
Info at hackingimmigrationlaw.com. It's right on the screen.
Okay. Yeah. And then what should I put in the subject so you remember me? Screwed up?
Say bad lawyer. Although I get a lot of emails like that, including from our friend Marlene.
Oh, bad lawyer in Mexico. Maybe I'll put in Mexico.
Glenn asked a good question. How did you pay this person? Did you pay in cash? Did you write a check?
I paid through Zelle.
Oh shit.
Because I'm here and they were there.
Yeah.
But was it the balance paid in Zelle or we did some money orders and the balance was paid through Zelle.
Okay. I'm thinking
we did money orders. Yes, we did money orders for the I-130 stuff.
Okay. All right, great. Thanks, True. We'll talk later.
Thank you. All right. Okay. Thanks, Jim. Bye.
Yeah. Marlena, because you emailed me directly and that's sort of like an attorney-client thing. I'm gonna look at the emails that you sent me probably tomorrow, and I'll email you back. I'm not gonna call you on camera, okay? All right, she's got it. Okay, cool. All right. Well, how about that? That was a 26-minute call. That was something else. Lizzie, I don't think it's a lawyer. We'll see. We'll see. But man, oh man, you guys are pretty hard on her. I thought the comments were pretty hard on her. I have a lot of sympathy for her, especially if she has, although I guess she was here when she left, so it wasn't just the 21-year-old. Yeah. It's interesting how people figure out who to hire to help them with their immigration stuff. It sounds like she paid real money. I mean, $5,000 a pop, that's what we charge, right? Yeah, David says got to be a notario. I think so too. All right, let's get cooking. Kumar, what you got?
Hi, my name is Jennifer. My husband, Vijay Kumar, is here as well. So we just have a couple questions. He has his green card now that's good for 2 years, but he's having a hard time getting a job in his field in the state of Florida. If he gets a job like in California and he has to change his license, his driver's license, but he can come back, before the 2 years are up or whatever, is that going to be a red flag when we go to renew his green card?
So this is one of my favorite questions. So how long ago did he get the 2-year green card?
A couple months ago.
Okay. So
like February, I want to say.
Yeah, correct.
April.
And through them through Tom College.
Yeah, it's through your company. He wants
nice. So when do you think he would be moving to some other job site?
In the next year, probably.
Okay, so you'll have a year under your belt at the time that he goes?
Yeah.
A year with a 2-year green card.
Or maybe 6 months.
Yeah. Okay. So the big thing, whenever a couple lives apart, the 3 main questions are: number 1, is there a good business reason for it? Number two, like, are you gonna make a lot more money? And are you doing a job that can only be done there? Like one time I had a guy try to pull this, and he was an Uber driver. I was like, dude, you could drive Uber in Kansas City or in Arkansas. Why are you picking? Right. So, so it has to be like a legit job and a legit reason to be out of there. So that's number 1. Number 2, document the efforts of what you do to see each other. So if you go there, or if he comes here, document all that stuff. And I've been telling people lately, this is something new that I've been telling people. I would even keep a chart of dates that you're together and all that stuff. And third is, what's the long-term plan? Are we expecting USCIS to believe that this is how we're going to live our lives for the rest of our lives, or is it short-term? And I guess the fourth one would be, why can't you go to the other place? So those are all the big issues. Those are all the big issues. And then you asked me, will it affect our ability to get the 10-year green card? You can still get the 10-year green card as long as you document all that stuff, and there's a good reason, like I said. But the one thing that it will screw up under the current rules is the 3-year applying for citizenship as opposed to 5 years, because the Biden administration has tightened that up. And it used to just be if you're married 3 years and the marriage is still going strong, that you can apply for the citizenship after 3 years. But now it's at 3 years of living together as spouses.
Okay. And then his second question is he would like to go visit India. He hasn't been there in 3 years.
Yeah.
He has travel permission. He can travel by himself. Is that correct?
So
Like if I don't go with him, that's okay.
So, would you go with him? Why wouldn't you go with him?
Well, he wants to go for like 45 days, and I can't get that much vacation.
Would you go at all?
Eventually, but not on this trip.
Okay, so what I would say about that is one thing that, and I guess my question is, when you guys got married, was he in status or out of status?
He had a student visa.
So he was in status.
Yes.
I would say it's okay for him to go. They might check his phone. They might be suspicious as to why you're not there. You know, when we have seen, and we've also heard news stories or immigration type news stories, but in our office, we've seen this of dude's been waiting a long time for his green card. Dude gets a marriage-based green card. Dude flies back home. Then when he comes back, they push him to say, well, you're not really married, or this was just a marriage of convenience. If you really loved your wife, you would have brought her back home with you. So just be sensitive and ready for that stuff, and they'll probably check his phone.
Okay. I think that's it, right?
And to the Tom College, the one who helped us.
Yes, Tom Kalish is the one who helped us. Thanks, Tom.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Good stuff. See ya.
Thank you.
All right, bye. All right. Did you guys hear the news? I thought this was so ironic. Joe Biden's been doing a lot of consumer protection stuff. One of the things, Manu, the thing is really about coming back. It's the coming back that's the issue, more than the going. The Biden team says that, like, for banks and airlines and all these big companies, that you have to be able to push one button and get a live person. Did you guys see that in the news? That's his announcement yesterday, is that in trying to make life easier for everyday Americans, they want to put in a rule that says that business, like if you want to call, say, Bank of America to talk about your mortgage, you can push 7 and they got to answer the phone. They can't put you in voicemail hell. Does anybody think that's going to apply to USCIS? I don't think they'll apply that rule to themselves. They love to give us rules, and I'm generally in favor of the rule. I like it too. But does anybody think they're going to expand it to the IRS or to USCIS or the National Visa Center? Don't hold your breath. Cud Coles is here. Hello, Cud.
Hey, hi, attorney. How's it going?
Great. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. I just have a follow-up question to last week. I'm not sure you might remember what I did ask. I mentioned that my mom wants to file for my sister who is in Africa, but she has never worked. So we were concerned about the affidavit of support. Even though my brother and I are working and we are able to use our tax transcript and returns and W-2s as joint affidavit of support, she doesn't have anything in relation to income whatsoever. And you mentioned that due to time, we could put in the application and then work on she working to get income and all that.
I don't need her to get any income. I just need sometime in the next year for her to file tax returns for the last 3 years, even if it's zero income. I don't need her to have a job. I don't need her to make. If you guys are if you or your brother are the joint sponsors, we don't need her to make any money. We just need her to file tax returns. So
how is she filing tax returns if she's not working?
People do it. I don't know. I think, and sometimes I'm not an accountant, but I tell people this all the time. They do it all the time, and I think sometimes, depending on their situation, they can get money from the government as a zero income earner. Now, if you or your brother are declaring her as a dependent, that probably doesn't apply. But in any event, you file that I-130 now, like I said, a year from now, when it gets processed and she's at the National Visa Center, you're going to need for her to have tax returns for 2024, 2023, and 2022.
Okay. And so the question is, when you put in the application, they sort of take all these documents alongside. So if we put in the application and that tax returns for her is missing, will they not decline to process it in the first place?
You don't need tax returns at this stage. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Right now, it's only, is this your daughter? Do you have a mother-daughter relationship? Nobody talks about taxes at all until the State Department, stage 2. That's why I'm urging you to get the I-130 on file and work on the side on the taxes after you get it back.
Okay, it's more clear now. Thank you so much.
Just real quick, Robert says it's easy to do it online for free for zero income folks. So you can probably do it yourself.
Okay. All right.
The only thing is, I might talk to an accountant if somebody has been declaring mom as a dependent. That's the only thing I would say.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So nobody should declare her as a dependent. All right.
Because that would be fraud. If you're declaring her as your dependent and she's claiming zero taxes, I think that's a problem. But again, not an accountant.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do math.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Marina's here. Hi, Marina.
Hi, how are you?
Great. How are you doing?
I'm good. So I got married recently.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And my husband is a US citizen, and I just moved here. So I got a couple of questions since I'm doing the process of green cards by ourselves. And I'm a bit confused about.
Just real quick, when did you enter the United States?
I entered last month, but we have been married since November 2023.
Okay, and you're not going to file until 60 days have passed after you entered, right?
I'm not sure about this, to be honest. Is this?
Trust me, don't apply until 60 days after your entry. So wait for like 65 days after your entry, okay? Because you could get in trouble for entering on a visit visa and then applying for a green card right away. So you don't want to do that. Okay?
65 days.
65
Okay.
days. Yep. Okay, go ahead with your
question. Thank you so much for that. And also, okay, so is it okay? I married in the US and I changed my last name, like my husband's last name. But now I feel like this is gonna cause me a lot of confusion, especially with my home country. So is it okay if I apply with my regular passport name and put my marriage name as other names?
You can and you should.
Okay, perfect. So I'm not gonna face any problems that I'm using my passport name, right?
Well, I wouldn't say that. I don't think you're gonna have any problems, but they're never gonna know what you did with the state anyway, as far as changing your name. So no, I don't think you need to worry about it.
But I'm gonna put the marriage certificate and it says that the last name is changed. It's okay.
Yeah, what I tell people, Marina, is don't mess with your name until you become a citizen. Keep it all.
Yeah,
keep it all the same, so your green card and your passport, everything matches.
Yeah, I was happy when I got married and I was very excited to change my name. But now, like on the practical side, I feel like it's causing confusion.
Great.
Okay, so also if I file the I-30 and the I-30A, if we file it online, I'm making now change of status as I entered here as on a tourist visa.
Yeah.
Is there any problem if we file these two online? Because it's possible to file it online and then I will put the receipt with my paper file. Is there a problem with that?
That's not what we do. We do it all on paper. We like to keep it all together. We think it works better when you do it all together. We've had some people have difficulty connecting the I-130 to the 485.
Mm-hmm.
So you can do that, but I would vote no on that.
Mm-hmm. I got you. Okay, that's it. And thank you so much, because I've been searching since the morning and your live video seriously came on time. I couldn't believe when I found it.
Awesome. Thanks, Marina. Glad you're here. Take care.
Thank you. You too.
Okay, bye. All right. Abel is here. Hello, Abel.
Yeah, good evening, Jim.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I'm your listener all the time.
Nice.
And I think what I have to tell you, the last speaker just came up with it.
Okay.
I just wish that you can make a video
Okay.
on this issue of change of names.
I think I have one. But
A
go
lot
ahead.
of people think change of name is like
Changing a tire.
no, like a bona fide marriage, like one of the reasons for bona fide marriage.
It can be.
Yes, but some
It
people,
can be.
yeah. So a lot of people think it as such. So each time I listen to your show, I hear a lot of people, but your advice is always change your name when you become citizen. So I don't know, since you say you already have a video on that, I was just to propose. Mhm.
Yeah, but I can always make a new one. I'll do something. I wrote it down.
Okay, thank you. Have a nice day. That's all I had.
Thanks, Abel. See you, buddy. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, bye-bye.
See ya. All right. Henry's here. Hello, Henry.
Oh, hi, Jim. How you doing? Oh, can I turn off my camera?
Done. You're
Oh,
off camera.
thank you. All right, thank you. So just got like 3 questions. Like, I think you remember, like I spoke to you like 3 weeks ago,
No,
and
I
then
don't remember
oh,
people I
no.
talked to yesterday.
Oh, okay. So my wife, like she's been working with our authorization after the OPT authorization expired, and she's still working as of now.
Okay.
And yeah, and we're in the process of filing the I-45. The question
Okay.
is like for the employment history, because she's going to school at the same time that she's working now. So how would we put the employment history, like the work that she's been doing first, and then the school in the second?
Yeah, it doesn't
But the
matter.
problem, that doesn't matter. But the problem is like on the end date, because she's still going to school. So can we put present instead of the month, date, year format?
If it lets you, if you can only, if the software only lets you put in month, date, year, then put the date that you're filing.
Oh, okay. So the end date doesn't matter.
Nope.
Okay. So we should put just the start date for both.
Sure.
Okay. And just one last question. So typically, like when we file the form, then we would like admit that she worked unauthorized without authorization. So can she still work while waiting for the adjustment of status, or?
People do every
Should-
day. Now, you're a U.S. citizen, Henry?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, people do it all the time.
Okay. And can she like stop attending school just to save some money, or it's better for her to keep going to school?
How long has she been in the United States?
She's been in the United States for 10 years, and she's been like going to school since then without dropping any classes.
How many degrees has she gotten?
She's got to one associate degree, and the other one is bachelor.
Yeah, I would say she's done her time, 10 years of school. She doesn't have to stay in school.
Okay, that sounds good. Okay, thank you so much for your time.
Bye, Henry. See you, buddy. All right. Cud Cole says, thanks, attorney. You're welcome, Cud Coles. Josephine's back. Hello, Josephine. You're on mute.
Hi again. Yeah, sorry.
Sure.
Hello. So I am thinking about what you said yesterday about the writ of mandamus.
Okay.
I was wondering, do you know who is the Attorney General for the Nebraska Service Center? Is it Lauren Miller?
First of all, it's not. Second of all, if I knew it, I wouldn't tell it on the air. And it's the U.S. Attorney. It's not the Attorney General. It's an assistant U.S. Attorney from the Nebraska office of the U.S. Attorney's office, but I would never say their name online. I don't tell my clients their name. I don't want our clients to know anything about them, because I'll tell you why. I've had clients call the U.S. Attorney, even though I'm their attorney, and I don't even call and bother the U.S. Attorney. So no, no.
Okay. And do you know how strong of a case I would need to have to do the writ of mandamus?
Well, remember, the writ of mandamus is to try to get them to pay attention to your case, because right now no one is. So that's the reason we file it. So how strong? I mean, I don't know. I don't even know how to say that or what that means.
Let's say I waited for a year, over a year, and then I've contacted congressmen,
Yeah.
senator.
I don't remember everything from your call yesterday, but what I do remember is this feeling that I get sometimes, which is you don't have to sue them, but I think you might not get a decision until you sue them. In other words, I feel like yours is sort of messy, and I think they're just confused. And so I say this all the time: a confused mind does nothing.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, that's all I have. Thank you so much.
Have a good day. All right. That was Josephine back from yesterday. Corey's here. Hello, Corey.
Hey Jim, how you doing?
Are you driving?
Yeah, no, I'm sitting still. Just can I be off camera?
Yeah, as long as you show me that you're not driving.
Yes, sir. No problem. Cam.
All right, cool.
You see my cam?
I did. I saw it. Yeah. Go ahead.
So, I'm planning on getting married in October. We've been together about 6 months. She's staying in Korea. She's over there on an F6 visa. She's been in Korea 6 years. She has 2 children there, and but we're going to get married in October. But she's got her divorce papers over there. She had them translated so I could turn them in or whatever, to get them translated. But she got married originally in the Philippines. Will the U.S. respect her Korean divorce papers, being she's been there for 6 years and that she's on a K6 visa there?
Can we change the subject?
Yeah, go ahead.
How did you meet?
We met. So originally we met online through Facebook, and we got to talking. I flew over there to Korea. I seen her. Then I went back. We went to the Philippines. I visited with her family. We went to Thailand. I've been over there. Yeah.
How long was the first visit?
The first visit?
Yep. How long was the first visit?
I spent a couple days over there the first visit, like 3 days only.
Okay, so 3 days. So then you went to the Philippines and saw each other. How many days is that?
We spent nearly 2 weeks together when we went to Philippines.
14 days.
Yep.
Have you seen her since?
Yes. I went back and spent another 2 weeks with her just about in June.
June. Okay. Any others?
No, that's it.
So 31 days together.
We've been together. We've been together 6 months.
No, you haven't. You spent 31 days together.
Okay, that's what you're saying. Yeah.
That's not what I'm saying. It's what they say, right? So 31 days, and you want to get married. What's the effective date of her divorce?
She's been divorced for a year.
So she was divorced before you met her.
Right.
Okay, that's good. And is there an age gap?
She's 37. I'm 47.
That's not bad. Okay. And how about, so she's been married one time before?
Yes.
And you?
Yeah, I've been married before too as well.
How many times?
I've been married 3 times.
So this will be 4?
Yes, sir.
Did either of those marriages involve an immigration benefit for someone other, in those other 3 marriages that you had?
No, it was American women.
Okay.
First time.
Okay. Why are you guys in such a hurry to get married?
Well, no, just we'd planned it out. We met. We just got a bonded. We both, like, I've never felt this way before. And we just go on with the flow. That's all.
Well, right, but you want to win your case, right?
Right.
So what passport does she have? What country is she a citizen of?
She has a Filipino passport. She never changed it to Korean.
She was born in the Philippines. She's a Philippine national.
Right.
And she's working in Korea on some kind of a work visa.
The K6 visa is a marriage to immigrant visa for them, and it's it actually expires in 2026, and all she'll have to renew it. But she's divorced there. She has her 2 kids. They'll renew it, But
they will?
Yeah, I mean, I would think they would, and all, because she's got her 2 kids there. But
Wait, so her legal basis to stay in Korea is the marriage that she's now divorced from.
The marriage that she got, yeah, she got a divorce from it. No, yeah. So I
So-
don't know the rules. You probably know better than me, but I
I
mean,
don't.
I'm just
No, I don't. That's the point. Do we know? So I'll just tell you this: work visas in the United States. We had the lady on yesterday, the first caller yesterday. She was here on an H-4, which is the spouse of a work visa person, and I had to tell her that that visa that she has was probably invalid on the day of the divorce. So we don't know that she's in valid status in Korea. Has she hired an attorney in Korea?
no.
So she,
No, well, I will tell you that we flew to the Philippines, and as far as immigration checked her visa because they wasn't going to allow her to fly back to Korea without that visa.
do they know she's divorced?
That I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
Okay. Well, I'm just telling you that. So at some point in the future, if you get this process started, she's going to be sitting across from a consular official, and they're going to do what I just did. You met six months before filing. You spent 3 days together, 2 weeks together, and 2 weeks together, and then you decided to get married and come on a green card. And then they're going to say, I think you're marrying old Corey, not because you love him, but because you want to get out of Korea / the Philippines and you want a green card.
Yeah.
So, and then I think they probably throw in some funny business with the prior marriage. And get, she got status in Korea based on marriage before. So if I'm them, I deny that visa. I think you need to slow down. I think you need more time together. I think you need more of a demonstrated history. I would say I wouldn't apply for another year.
Okay.
I would have a couple more visits. I mean, if you want to win, if you just want to get something on file because you want to get it started, that's one thing. But if you want to win, it's like if you could make a stew and eat it 2 hours later, or you can make a stew and eat it 2 days later. The stew 2 days later is going to be a whole lot better. So I think you need a year and a half in this relationship. And just based on the things that I see on the show, Corey, I'm telling you, you might want to just slow things down yourself, looking out for you.
Yeah. It's my other question was so as far as I know we don't want to get into specifics of support or whatever and all, but I'm a little confused because I drive a truck and you know what we do, is I stay on the road, so a lot of expenses go out for that and all, but they're telling me that you don't want to write down your taxes too far because you want to show your support base and all. And I had 2 kids that I was supporting last year from my previous marriage and all. That they're staying with their mom, of course, out of the house. So now I'm alone, but I don't even know if I would add them in there would they count as far as that goes, as if they're not living with me, or would they?
Are you listing
as far as
are you listing them as dependents on your tax returns?
Listing them as dependents? Last year I did, not this year.
So if they're not on your tax returns, then they don't go into the affidavit of support.
I got you. Okay.
But in overall question, I would report all their income and pay all their taxes. And I've seen a lot of people, especially truckers, get screwed out of being able to sponsor overseas family members because they underreport their income.
Yeah, exactly. Because
right.
they write off too much. All right.
Good luck, Corey.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just wrote down a new rule. We're not counting 6 months anymore. We're counting the actual number of days together. I don't know if we'll actually come up with a calculation, but 3 days, 14 days, and 14 days, pretty darn quick. Usman Javed, hello.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
Great.
Thank you for taking the time to do this. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'll try not to take a lot of your time. Just a little bit of context. I have a 2-year green card. It has just expired a little while back, and we applied for my extension.
Nice.
I have received my I-797 notice. It has extended it for 48 months. I had my biometrics, so everything seems to be working fine. My only question is that I have not received a official notice of my I-797. So all I have is a paper form, and on the top of it, it says, "We have mailed you the official notice about this case."
Yeah.
This is a courtesy copy, not the official notice.
Mhm.
And here's what the official notice says. Is that common, and can I travel internationally on this I-797 form with my expired green card?
Yes, it's common. No, you can't. You need the it's a different, it looks different. It's on that like greeny type paper.
It has the watermark.
It has the watermark. Yep.
Okay, so I can't go to Canada for this if I have to.
Nope.
Got it. Do you know how I can try and get that form?
Well, you did this case without a lawyer, so it's not like the lawyer has it, right?
I did this with a lawyer, but they do not have it.
And how long ago did you get that white piece of paper right there?
It's been a minute. Notice date says December 11th, 2023.
Oh, wow. So that was 8 months ago.
Yeah, so on my app, I can see like it's been 150 days since I had my biometrics done or something.
So
it's been a while.
So I would call USCIS, say InfoPass, and say, I need to come in and get a stamp in my passport because I never got I either need you to either send me my actual approval notice, which I never received. Have you moved or anything?
I have not moved. I have spoken to USCIS on their line. They did the info. I did the InfoPass, and they basically told me I can travel on this, and I can even travel on a form that I can download from my online USCIS account.
I don't know, dude, because here's the thing, and I don't even know how they could actually say that, because they don't know what other countries will accept. Most other countries are used to seeing that watermarked piece of paper. We had a couple where they went to Mexico. We had the original, they had a copy, and the customs officials in Mexico wouldn't let them into the country. So no one can tell you that.
That's interesting. And this conversation is like 12th of August, so like a couple of days ago.
I keep calling. I say I want an InfoPass appointment. I'm coming down to you went to the field office?
This is just on the phone.
Yeah, no, I just say InfoPass. I need to get a stamp in my passport. Just keep saying that. Don't listen to them. Say I need to go down to USCIS. I need to get a 551 in my passport.
And is that the ADIT stamp? Is that what you're talking about?
I don't know.
And so my passport is originally from Pakistan.
Yeah.
Is that what they would stamp?
Yeah, your Pakistani passport. Yep.
But then won't I need a visa to go to Canada?
Well, that's a whole other thing. That's got nothing to do with me.
Right.
You can go to Canada or not. I don't have any idea.
Sure. This would be just to re-enter.
That's for re-entry. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that's the stamping, and there's no way to get the official document.
You keep bothering them.
Keep bothering them. Got it. Sounds good.
Okay, so Tony says maybe show up to the office, be nice, and bring a box of cookies and ask for the stamp. I like that approach. And AJ says yes, that's the added stamp.
Okay.
All right, buddy.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Joe Khan, hello.
Assalamu alaikum, Jim. How you doing?
Walaikum salam. How you doing, man?
Alhamdulillah, all good, man. Do you mind taking me off camera, please?
Done.
I don't think I'm allowed to vape on the show.
Quick vaping on the show. Nor would get my daughter Nor would get mad if you vaped on the show. So what's up?
So I did just sign a retainer with you guys.
Okay, don't say anything confidential. Then talk about hypothetical.
No, I'm not. No hypothetical. Yeah, there's one thing that's, I mean, it's not related totally, but the medical exam. Can I go to a civil surgeon and get that done before I speak to someone on your team, or should I wait? And see?
Is this for a marriage-based green card?
It is. Yeah.
Are you already married?
I am. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can go ahead and do the medical. I mean, you might as well wait and talk to the lawyers first. If you just signed, just wait a day or two and ask them. But yeah, usually the sooner you get the medical, the better. So that's all good.
All right, cool. And then second thing's a hypothetical. So if someone has been in the country for a couple of years and has been out of status, they came in on an ESTA from the UK, but they just got married. I think it was last week he got married. And he wants to file his I-130 and his case next month. Would he be at a high risk level, medium risk level, or low risk level of being put into deportation if Trump does return to power?
No, you mean if he's got a pending I-130 based on marriage to a U.S. citizen?
Yes, yeah.
Well, I mean, Trump. I'm making my way through Project 2025 and all of Trump's crazy immigration BS. And expedited removal is one of the things that they want to expand, and ESTA is so people that enter on ESTA are subject to expedited removal, but I don't think that person needs to worry about that. No, and I certainly,
Gotcha.
I sure as hell wouldn't wait to file because I'm worried about that.
Got it. So he should just go and do it ASAP.
Full steam ahead.
Got it, sir. That was it. Thank you very much.
Bye, Joe. See you, buddy. Walaikum salam. Everyone's saying that green card holders don't need a visa to go to Canada. That may or may not be true, and there may be special rules for men from Pakistan. So I wouldn't be 100% sure. So I'd be thinking about trying to get that visa if possible. Samir is here. Hi, Samir.
Hello, how are you?
Good. I think you were here yesterday. I wasn't able to get to you, weren't you?
Yeah, yesterday I was here.
Sorry about that.
No problem. So I'm from Morocco. I came across Mexico. And the immigration cops have been, we have surrounded ourselves to immigration cops. And after that, they take our information and lead us to go to the US. So my question is, I was trying to apply for asylum, but I think I don't have no evidence. I don't have no case to do it. So I was thinking about immigration, about marriage. I have got to know a girl 4 months ago.
From where?
4 months ago, a girl, American girl.
Okay.
So I was thinking, do I have the right to get a green card through marriage or not?
Maybe. It depends. I'd have to see all your paperwork.
They give us a paper and immigration case court.
Right, but Samir, people get all kinds of different papers. It depends on what the papers say, what the way you were admitted into the United States. Do you still have a court case?
Yeah, I have it in October.
Yeah, so I would say maybe.
Yeah, maybe I have the right to do it.
Maybe.
Or I have to come back to Morocco. Then I came in a legal way.
Maybe.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, Samir.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Bye, buddy. Yeah, I mean, nobody can tell for sure. That's a very complicated question. There's lots of moving parts. Ore Siun, hello.
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 Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I have a question. When I came to the United States in 2002 with my 2 children, we seek for asylum, and my other son was in Netherlands. So when he came to this place, we wanted to use, because his name was among the form. So when we came, they gave us the permission to stay pending the time our case will be verified also. So when it came, I tried to get the same thing, asylum for him, but they returned some papers that the form was not complete. So I messaged the person that was in charge, that was doing it, And I think the person delayed. So immigration later sent the whole copy that they kept back to us, that it should start all over again. So I now went to a different lawyer, which now introduced, I went for the purpose of the asylum. The lawyer now introduced me for the children to have juvenile immigration and introduced me to EB2. That was in January. And since January, we did not hear anything about that.
January
So
of
I
what
don't
year?
know whether, he said?
January of what year?
Of this year.
So you've been
Of
in
this
the
2024, January 2024. That's when we started the EB2 and the juvenile immigration. So I want to ask, is it because of the asylum that I seeked that caused the delay, or is it contradict each other?
So you're telling me you've been in the United States since 2002.
Yes.
Do you have a pending asylum case?
Yes.
Where is your case pending? At the immigration court?
No, I don't know, because when I checked the online this USIS, they told me that case closed. That was it. When after they issued the work authorization, they said case closed. So I don't know what to do again.
What year was that?
Is that what?
What year did they say case closed?
After the work authorization. So when I view it online, they said case closed.
What year was that?
That was same 2000. Okay. I think, yeah, 2002.
So no asylum interview, no asylum court, nothing.
No, no.
So you've been basically out of status for like 20 years.
No, it was 2022. That's 2 years now. 2022.
You said 2002.
No, 2022. 2 years.
Okay. When did you enter the United States?
2002, April.
22 years ago, you entered.
Oh my God. 2022, April.
Okay. On a visit visa?
Yes, B1, B2.
And then you hired someone to file for asylum for you, or you filed on your own?
No, I hired someone.
And did you get a receipt number back?
No.
But you got a work card, or the work card got denied?
No, I have it. It's going to expire next year, February.
So do you think your asylum case is still pending?
I thought so. I don't know. That's why I'm asking all these questions.
That's okay. Do you honestly fear going back home, or did you just do that to get the work card?
No, not. I was just afraid of going back home because of the situation that make me to leave the country.
Okay. And so did you file for asylum before 6 months after you arrived, or after 6 months after you arrived?
Before.
Before. Okay.
Yeah.
And so now you talk to some new lawyer and he says, hey, we can get you an EB2 green card.
Yes, and for the children too, for the immigration, juvenile immigration.
Yep. So what is the job that he thinks that you qualify for a green card for?
Back home, it's nursing. My job is nursing. Back home.
Was what?
Back home, I'm a nurse.
A nurse. Okay. All right. And has that case been filed?
The last time it was requesting for reference from my employer. So, and I've gotten that. And I gave it to her.
So
I don't know if she has filed it or not.
Are you paying the lawyer to do the employment green card, or is a company?
No, I'm paying the lawyer to do that.
Is the lawyer from your home country?
No, it's from here.
But I mean, like ethnically, are they why how did you pick this lawyer? How did
They
you
are from America. She is from America here.
but how'd you pick her?
A friend introduced her to me.
How much have you paid her so far?
For both of us, I and my children, I've paid 8,000 now.
Well, I mean, here's what I'll say. Everything you're telling me is super complicated. Like what the stuff is pretty hard to explain and to understand. So I understand why you seem to be a little confused about what's going on with your immigration cases. Do you think that?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. I think that you need to figure out if your asylum case is still pending. It sounds like it is. You need to get a copy. Did she handle the asylum case too, or just the work card?
No, she did not handle the asylum case.
I think she's might be trying to sell you something that you're not actually going to get.
Oh, okay.
I don't know for sure. I don't want you to say this person's name right now on the show, okay?
Okay.
Don't say their name. But are you sure that they're a lawyer?
I saw a card, and the person that introduced her said she has seen somebody that she helped.
Yeah, but we don't
So I don't know whether she's really a lawyer, but based on the card that I saw, that's the business card, and the person that introduced her, so I don't know.
Well, like I told the first caller today, if you want to send me that business card or send me information about that person, I'd be willing to help you figure out if they're a lawyer and maybe even come up with some questions for you to ask that person, because I hope you haven't lost $8,000. It sounds sketch to me.
Or do you think I can withdraw it?
Well, the question is, I don't know, is anything on file? Has an I-140 been filed? I doubt it.
She has not told me whether she has filed it or not.
I gotcha. Send me an email and I'll try to help you, okay?
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay, bye, Ori. Have a good day.
You too.
All right, so we're going to end on that not so happy note. Sounds sus to me. We went a little long today. We opened with a tricky lawyer story. The first story had two tricky lawyers. Sounds like we're ending with another one. Nurses generally don't fall into EB2. When all you're riding is your asylum case, really hard to adjust status. Sounds like she doesn't really know everything that's going on. I'm a little worried about the asylum case. I'm a little worried about whether she's eligible to adjust. Lots of moving parts there. Let's just tell everybody, if you're thinking of using someone to help you with your immigration case, you can look up state by state. I mean, one, you can ask people to show you their bar card. That's one way. I keep mine right here on my phone because I keep one in my wallet and one on my phone because this is my Illinois one. Because once I didn't have it, the officer was mean, but she still let me sit in. So you could check their bar card. You could check with the bar. I think always making sure that you're dealing with a lawyer, especially if you're spending $8,000, and the other lady said 5,000 times 2. Yeah, sign a contract. And then, of course, the big tell is when they don't sign the stuff that they prepare. That's, to me, the big tell. Wow, a lot of people taking advantage of, obviously immigrants are a vulnerable class. And there's people that pray, P-R-E-Y, pray. Yeah, you can check AILA. That's just to see if they're in the American Immigration Lawyers Association. But yeah, that's another way you can check. But you can call the state bar and say, is this person a lawyer or not? There's a lot of people practicing law without a license, especially in immigration. They might say immigration forms or tax forms or prepare, all that stuff. Michael says, I wish I joined in. My lawyer has been lying to me for 2 years. Michael, call back tomorrow. First thing, I'll put you on. We'll talk about that. This hold on a second. I think we need maybe like Fridays we could do bad lawyer stories and just have, we could have a spin-off show. Just doing, people can call and bitch about their lawyers only if it's legit. A lot of time lawyers get a bad rap because there's just nothing that they can do. But you know, I think we need to have a spin-off show. David says, what time? David's all in. David would help me screen. For those of you who don't know, in America, there's a show called Cops where they play that Bad Boys song. But we could use it for the bad lawyers and bad boys and girls. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? We'll be back tomorrow, noon Central, episode 654 of the Immigration Answer Show. We'll be back. Peace. I'm great about that, other than trying to help people who are in the state of Asian.